do the math on that, they're worth about $1,700, and they gave me about $300, which I'm okay with because I wasn't gonna go through trying to sell them for what they're worth to so many different people,
Yeah.
shipping costs, trying to even just sell the shit. So just get rid of them. And on my shelf, which looks barren now, it looks just completely empty, is still $800 worth of Funko Pops.
Jesus.
I've been collecting for 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah, the lady in there, I sold all my Dragon Ball Z DVD box sets, and she was like, "These don't even look like they've been watched. Like, how old are these?" And I was like, "These are 10 years old.
Yeah.
I got these when I was 12 years old and into Dragon Ball Z, and I watched them once, and then I put them back, and that's why I'm selling them because they're just shelf holders."
Yeah. I have a lot of shit I need to sell. I have like a lot of movie posters, like actual movie posters, but the market for movie posters just doesn't exist anymore. Like I don't know what
Right.
happened to it. Like if this was the 90s, I would be selling these posters for like hundreds of dollars, and now like I can't give them away.
Yeah, that's how it's been with a lot of collectibles. Like a couple of years ago, like Funko Pops was crashing. Like if you buy a Funko Pop, you're just wasting money because it's never going to get it back. And now it's rising. Like now is the time to go buy Funko Pops because they are all rising in value. It's like a roller coaster being a collector, dude.
Yeah. All right, so we got a minute or two left before we start the show. I pulled up a BuzzFeed, not
Article on
quiz, but article about older generations are sharing things younger generations will never understand. And so I think I might have a few myself that I'll ask you if you understand what things are. So
I'm
we'll
ready
see.
for it.
All right. Well,
As long as there's nothing mechanical or related to money or the government, I can't tell you the difference between a nut and a washer.
did you post
I'll
it to
tell you that right
Facebook
now.
that we're live?
No, I didn't.
I can. Well, I can. I'm
Okay.
already logged in as open micers. We are live and talking about the things that Jen, Z, and Jacob Craig doesn't understand.
And this is going to be a pretty long list because I don't know about Gen Z, but I don't understand a lot of things.
Got to give a shout out to BJ DeBlow too for giving me some open micers, roast coffee, and a coffee mug with Jay on it, and he gave me some ghost pepper salt. I'm gonna try and make a.
Oh,
I'm
no.
gonna make a video of it.
Oh, dude. I'm so not looking forward to next month's bonus thing. We went to Buffalo Wild Wings today,
Mhm.
and I got the original buffalo, dipped it in ranch, like covered it in ranch, and ate. And I just ate five original buffalo wings. I was on fucking fire, dude. Like I am not good with hot food. I was eating ice cubes. Like I had to go to the bathroom and wipe my nose. Like I'm gonna shit my pants this video
Yeah.
for
Well,
sure.
I hope the fucking weed eater guy doesn't come by. During the Nerd Cave Retro, I had this weed eater guy right outside the freaking window for half the show, man. Soon as the show was done, he moves over to the other lot. I'm like, really? You turd. All
Maybe
right.
he just really doesn't like retro video games.
Maybe not. Maybe he's like that stupid guy doing his stupid video game show. All right.
The
Well,
comedy one's okay though.
yeah, I'm gonna start the show now. Are you ready?
Yeah. Well, we got it. We still got to do the ad reads
Okay.
because it's a regular episode.
Okay. All right. Let me start this and pause it. And let me know when you're ready. I'll do a countdown.
I'm ready.
All right. Here we go. In three, two, one.
Do you like retro video games? Then you should check out the Nerd Cave Retro on Spotify, iTunes, and wherever you can find podcasts. If you like the show, then you can join the Discord by going to the Nerd Cave Retro Twitter page and click the link at the top of the page. This podcast is also brought to you by the lovely people over at patreon.com, including, but not limited to, Derek Diamond, Kathy Gutierrez Figueroa, and All Rob himself, Mr. Robbie Hennig. If you want to be as cool as them, go to www.openmicers.com. They'll take you straight to our Patreon. And we have a new website that's live.
Woo!
So if you want to go to openmicerspodcast.wixsite.com, we'll be buying a domain for that shortly. But that's our free version of the website. Go check that out for some exclusive goodies. And let's start the episode.
Here we go. That music can only mean one thing. It is time for the Open Micers Podcast. My name is Jason Robbins.
I'm Jacob Craig, and today we're going to talk about all the things that I just don't understand.
Parents just don't understand.
The great Will Smith once said, parents just don't understand. And then he slapped somebody much smaller than him directly after he said that. And today we're just going to figure out what parents don't understand. Because I'm a parent. You're not a parent. I'm a parent. What do I just not understand?
I don't know. Well, we're going to find out.
We are going to find out. So basically, BJ DeBlow, or who was it that said
it was Daniel Salmon, which if you're a Patreon supporter of the producer level, you get to be a part of our exclusive producers production chat thread in Facebook Messenger, which we are always in there talking about funny stuff. Daniel Salmon, because we asked everybody the other day what the topic should be tonight, because we wanted to do a hostful goodness episode, and one of the topics that was brought up by Mr. Daniel Salmon was things that younger generations like Jacob doesn't understand, because times have moved very quickly over the last 25 years or so. So and before we move on, talking about BJ DeBlow, you mentioned BJ DeBlow. I want to give a huge shout out to him, our unpaid intern himself, Mr. BJ DeBlow. Gave me some of our very own Open Micers roast coffee from brezcoffeeco.com, and which was nice of him. And he also gave me a coffee mug with my very own initials on it. And he gave me some ghost pepper salt, which I'm going to make a short little video of me trying and dying as I try it.
Yeah, see, that's a lot of things to give you when we don't pay him.
Yeah.
He didn't buy this with money that we gave to him.
Yeah, it wasn't with money from us. It was his very own hard-earned dollars that he got me that stuff. So thank you, Mr. BJ DeBlow. I'll be drinking my lovely coffee out of that mug, which I don't have any coffee tonight because I have to work in the morning and it's too late and I'm old, and if I drink coffee right now, I'll be up all night.
Yeah, you'll have to get up in the middle of the night to pee again.
Yeah. And so here's the thing. I went to BuzzFeed. I went to Google and I typed lists of things that Gen Z doesn't understand, and one of the first hits I got was a BuzzFeed article, and I figured we could go through these one by one and see if you understand any of these. And I might have a few myself I might throw in here, and we'll see what happens.
That's fine by me, big dog. We'll see how smart I really am. I'll show me.
All right, so here we go. At number 1, we have meeting up with a friend at the movies and having no way to communicate once you've left the house. Your friend doesn't show. Is he coming? Should I continue to wait and stand at the precise spot we agreed on? Has he died? Did he forget? I'll call home using a payphone and hope my mom is there to tell me whether he left a message on the answering machine.
Yeah, I don't get. Well, I understand that there's no cell phones, but I don't understand.
But you've never lived in a world without cell phones, though. So you've always had a way to communicate with somebody.
Yeah. Okay, so like if you're supposed to get picked up at a time and your friend doesn't show up at the movies, then you're just shit out of luck.
Yeah, you're just like, well, do I wait here, or do I call on? I got to find do I leave and find a payphone and risk missing them if they come by the spot we agreed on? Like that was the world we lived in back before you were born.
So basically, like if a friend of yours was running 10 minutes late, they could have just Like they could have died in a car accident and you wouldn't know.
Yeah, exactly. Like you would never know. You would just be standing there for hours waiting, and your friend would be dead, and you would have no idea.
Okay, well, I mean that makes sense. I'm glad I don't have to deal with that, but I understand it.
And speaking of phones, here's one I wanted to ask you. Have you ever, as a Gen Zer, have you ever encountered a rotary phone?
Um, Let me think about that. I feel like I have, to be honest. Well, it might not be a fair question because my mom actually used to work at a thrift store. So there was all kinds of old shit that came through there. And I think that they had a rotary phone at one point that didn't work that I just like played with. But I know how to dial a rotary
I was
phone.
gonna
Like
ask, like, if it was an emergency situation, and all that was around was a rotary phone, would you know how to dial 911?
yeah, that's something that my mom did show me how to do on a rotary phone
that
is dial
that
a
would
rotary phone.
suck if rotary phones were still around. Like you're like in an emergency situation. You're like dial 911. It's like and then you finally get 911 on the phone. Like that would suck.
Yeah, see that's why life expectancies have grown since the 1980s.
Because my great aunt Eva, who lived right down the street from us, and I used to do a lot of stuff for her when I was a kid. You know, she was an old lady; she lived by herself, and I used to cut grass for her and everything, and go get groceries for her and stuff. She had
Yeah.
a rotary phone until the day she died in 2005. Like this was 2005, and she still had a rotary phone, and that thing was older than me. Like she bought that thing like in the 70s, probably.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so they were still a thing until not too long ago. Let's see, number two, here a quote. Let's all meet back here at 6. Looks at watch. I've got 4:35. What time do you have?
Yeah, well, because you had to there was no like universal time like on phones, like you had to set your own watch.
Yeah. Do you know how to
Yeah.
get the do you know how to did you know how we got the correct time back then?
No.
We actually had to call a number, and I don't remember what it was. I think it was like 777 or something like that. There was this number you could call, and it would give you the local time, exact time, and the weather. And it was a specific number you called.
This is the first time I've ever heard of this.
Yeah, if you wanted like if the power went out in your house and all the clocks went dead, you would literally have no way to tell what time it was unless you called the specific number to get the correct time.
Yeah. But if your power was out, how did the phone work?
Well, phones don't use power.
Oh, it was a phone line.
Yeah, it's a phone line. Phone lines don't
Oh,
need
okay.
electricity. I mean, they do, but
Ah,
they're on a separate thing.
okay. All right.
So
Oh, so you could call like your neighbors and be like, your power's out.
yeah, yeah, we did that all the time. Like our power would go out. I would call my grandparents down the street, be like, "Hey, is your power out?"
Yeah, no, I had no clue that that was a thing.
Really? So that's one
Uh,
thing you didn't know about was calling the whatever that number was. It was like
yeah,
789 or so. I don't remember what it was. Older than me will remember and let us know in the comments.
yeah. I'm trying to think of someone older than you I can pick on, but
Let
I
me
don't. I don't
Google
know.
that. What was the number to call for time? Here we go. Remember when you could call a number? Let's see. What was it? It was. It doesn't say. It's just a long ass article.
It's probably different for every like state.
Yeah, probably.
It probably was like 777
Yeah,
for
because
here, but
it was like a 911. It was like a 3-digit number or something
yeah.
you could call.
But that's two things I didn't know is you could call that number and that phone lines were separate from power lines. I didn't
Yeah.
realize either of those things.
Do you understand? Be kind. Please rewind.
Oh yeah, dude. Like the way that I grew up, so being poor in the 2000s was like living in the 90s. So we didn't have a DVD player. Like I was alive around the time where I remember the transition between VHS and DVD, and that my parents didn't trust it. Like they wouldn't buy
What do
DVDs.
you mean they don't trust it?
They didn't trust it, dude. They wouldn't buy DVDs because they're like, well, in 2 years, this DVD thing's just a fad, and we're gonna go back to VHSs. So we're just gonna keep buying VHS tapes and
Dude,
not buy the fucking DVDs.
once people found out DVDs were like better quality and they had like special features, like it was over for VHS. Like VHS stood no chance.
Not my parents, dude. They did the same thing with Blu-rays when Blu-rays came out. They're like, it's just like the DVDs. We're not getting a fucking Blu-ray.
Yeah, but the thing about Blu-ray is they don't put near the special features they used to put on
Yeah.
DVDs back in the day. Like DVDs are so much better in my mind than Blu-ray is. I mean, yeah, the picture's better, quality is better, but man, as far as like the special features and stuff go, you couldn't beat DVDs.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So no, I definitely understand Be Kind Rewind. And I definitely understand like the trauma of your VHS player, like eating your favorite movie.
yeah.
Like you pull it out and it's just black tape, and you're like, no.
and they're, and
I
they were really hard to put back in. They weren't like
Impossible.
cassette tapes where you could put. Do you understand the cassette tape? Where if the cassette tape got ate,
Yeah.
you had to put the
You can
pencil
take
in it.
a pencil and
Yeah.
rewind it. Yeah.
You couldn't do that with VHS tapes. Like it was once that genie was out of the bottle, the black tape. Once it was ripped out, like that was it. There was no getting it back in correctly.
Yeah, dude. I remember one time when I was like 5, 6 years old, my VCR like ate tapes consistently,
Mm.
but it ate like every other tape. So we could watch something and be okay, but the next tape's gonna get ate.
That's why you keep a
And
crap tape around and just put the crap
yeah,
tape in every other tape.
but I was a kid, so I wasn't keeping up with it, and I put in Digimon the movie, which was like my favorite movie at the time, and it just like destroyed it. I mean, it strode it all over the fucking floor.
That sucks.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
rest in peace, Digimon the movie.
Number 5, having to buy the entire album to get one song you liked, or else wait for it to come on the radio and record it.
Wait, you can record off the radio?
Yeah, you don't remember? You never recorded a song on off the radio onto a cassette tape?
No, I would have my grandma. So I didn't grow up with cable, but my grandma had cable. So I would have her tape cartoons for me on VHS tapes. But I don't know about recording radio.
Okay, so back in the 80s, we had dual cassette decks where you could tape from one tape to another. So you'd wait for your favorite songs to come on the radio. Like you would sit there with the record ready to go, and it paused. Soon as the song came on, and hopefully you didn't have a talkative DJ talking over half the freaking song. So you would record the song, and then you would just take that and then switch it out to the other tape deck, put a tape in, and you could tape that song onto another tape, and you would do that every time for new songs. So you would have a complete mixtape of the different songs that you like that you taped off of the radio.
Yeah, I had no idea you could tape off the radio.
Yeah, did it
No
all the
idea
time.
at all.
That was original piracy.
Yeah, I understand buying a whole album for the one song you want. I mean, that's never changed. Like that's still like to the age of CDs. You're gonna have to buy the whole fucking album to get the one song.
Yeah, but these days people are just putting out singles. Like people don't really put out albums
Yeah.
too much anymore.
Well, to be fair, I don't listen to any kind of music that people put out singles for.
Yeah.
Like the kind of music I still listen to are bands, and bands put out albums.
Yeah, I love albums. All right,
I
number
do too,
6.
man.
Number 6, taking pictures and then waiting for them to be developed to see if they turned out okay.
No, I remember this. Like I said, I have essentially grew up in the 90s. My parents would still my dad would film on a giant recorder Christmas every year until about 2007 and have them on VHS tapes right out of the recorder. And we would have like digital cameras or No, not digital. We had digital cameras eventually. I think right before we got our digital camera, we had like little,
Like film
I guess,
cameras.
yeah, with like the little rolls of film in it, and they would take them to Walmart to get developed. And I remember one time, like the people gave them a hard time there because they were developing film, and there was a picture of a naked baby in one of the pictures, and they were like, "Hey, this is porn, and we can't develop this." And my dad was like, "If you think that's porn, we're gonna fight right now because you're a fucking sicko." Like
Dude,
he
people
got
used to take
mad.
pictures of their naked babies all the time. Dude, there's naked
Yeah.
pictures of me as a baby.
Oh yeah, me too for sure. But like that's like the cross section of the times to where it's like they're still getting film developed and everyone else's minds are changing past that.
People are dumb anyway, though.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
see. Number 7, slamming down the receiver on a landline telephone.
I miss this. I feel like there should still be a way to do this.
I loved slamming the phone down on people.
Dude, so I had a flip phone all through high school. I didn't get a smartphone until my senior year of high school. So I had just this flip phone Nokia, or not Nokia, this flip phone Samsung phone, and I could still do that to people. And I wouldn't hit the hang up button. I would just slam my
Yeah.
phone shut, and it would do it. It'd be like a loud pop on the other end.
And there was nothing better than being so pissed off at somebody that you would just slam the phone like 4 or 5 times, just like
Yeah,
blam blam blam, and you know they're still hearing it because
yeah,
especially if they called you, it doesn't automatically hang up for them when you hang it up, so they
yeah.
get
They
to
have
hear
to
you
hang up too.
slam the phone in their ear like multiple times.
Yeah,
So
like the scene,
satisfying.
like a scene out of Goodfellas or some shit.
Yeah, exactly. Of course you would know this one. Having a 3-ring binder of CDs for road trips.
Oh, absolutely, dude. I miss having the three ring binder because I just have stacks of fucking CDs in my girlfriend's car now. I
you
need a binder
still
to put them all
you
in.
still bring CDs.
Yeah, well, I do this because my girlfriend is uncultured because she doesn't know any of my music, any of my TV shows, anything like that. So I have tons of CDs in the cars to put in to show her that music, to like show her like Stone Temple Pilots, or I have a Bare Naked Ladies CD in there, or I have a
It's
Wu-Tang Clan
been
CD in there. Specifically Wu-Tang. I have the best fucking Wu-Tang Clan CD in there.
Oh
It's
yeah,
called
Wu-Tang is for the children.
Hell yeah, dude. It's the one with Cream and Protect Your Neck on it, the 36
Yeah, 36
chambers or something
chambers,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah,
Love that
dude.
album.
Yeah, so I show her music like that, and she's just like, "This is music."
Your RZA, your razor, hit me with the major, the damage, my plan, understand the flavor. Yes, love it. All right, here we go. Parents not knowing where the kids are and trusting them not to get into trouble.
So I do know this. Um,
Because I'll
this
tell you
this
this,
is
like my brother, who was 5 years older than me, they had a couple of kids, and man, they were like super helicopter parents with my nephews growing up. And I'm like, man, you got to cut the apron strings and let them get into some trouble every once in a while.
Yeah, and it's so weird how much has changed too. Because I work with kids, so I know that like kids that still do this, that'll still like go home, and or like and then take their bike and go somewhere else, and then be home by supper or some shit like that, and
Dude,
their
when I
parents
was a
just don't know where
kid,
they are.
my mom would be like, just go outside. And I would just leave and not come back for like days, like call from my friend's house down the street, like, I'm staying here tonight. Okay. And that was it.
Right. Yeah, and just the other day we were talking about a parent who let her kid do that and about how fucked up it is. Like you can't just not know where your kid is, and then when they get home, just be like, "Where were you?"
Yeah.
Like you get nowadays, you have to know where your fucking kid is, dude, because someone's gonna snatch that kid.
Yeah. But people take it to the extreme, though. Like, like my son, I remember my nephews were little kids, and they like maybe between 5 and 10 years old, and we were at my mom's house, and they were here for the weekend, and my nephews were just like out in the yard playing, like just out in the yard with a couple of our their cousins, our cousins or whatever, little kids, and they're just like watching out the window like a hawk. I'm like, they're just in the yard. They're not going anywhere. Like, let them be kids.
Yeah, the yard's okay, especially if you're a long way from the road.
Yeah,
But
like they're not
you can't.
anywhere near traffic. Just let them
Yeah.
play.
But if you have like a 10-year-old kid that's taking their bike to you don't know where, that can't be happening
Dude,
anymore, dude.
we would take our bike and go like hours away when I was a kid.
Yeah, but how many pedophiles were there in 1980 versus
Oh, I'm
2022?
sure there were just as many back then as there were now.
You
And it
think?
was a lot easier for them to get away with it back then than it is today.
I guess so. I don't know, man. I just feel like there's more.
I don't know. I think 90% of people were molested like back in the day at some
Okay.
point.
Yeah, I guess so. Were you molested?
I don't know, maybe.
That means no, because if you were molested, you would know, bud.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I would. Let's see. Making plans to meet friends and having to commit because you didn't have mobile phones to ask where they were, how far, and if they were still coming.
That's the same thing as the movies, yeah?
Yeah, pretty much the same thing. Oh, do you know how to use the card catalog in the library? The
Card
Dewey Decimal
catalog?
System. Do you know what the Dewey Decimal System is?
Oh, I learned the Dewey Decimal System because I volunteered at the Van Cleve Public Library for 2 days.
Oh, good for you. Yeah, that was like, we had to learn the Dewey Decimal System. Like,
Mhm.
that was
Yeah.
required learning.
So I learned the Dewey Decimal System because part of the library at that point still worked on the Dewey Decimal System, but there's a new system now. They don't do Dewey Decimal anymore. They do a whole new system.
It's all computers now, isn't it? You just go type, because like it was when I was in college, and they went from the Dewey Decimal System when I was in college to computer terminals, and you just walked up to the computer terminal, typed in the name of the book, and it told you where it was in the library.
I'm sure there is that, and you can just take it up to the librarian and they'll scan it and tell you, whatever the fuck. But they still have, at least as of the last time I went in a library 6, 7 years ago, they have like little like color coordinated whatever like charts on the bookshelves and stuff on the books for their new like system,
Yeah.
so wherever.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Do you know how we got around without GPS navigation?
Maps.
Yeah, of course. Like, that's dumb. 13. The frustration of cassette tapes getting mangled. We talk about that.
Mhm.
Here's one. Turning the dial on the TV to change the channel.
Oh yeah, you got to get up and turn the dial.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we didn't have remote controls when I was a kid. I was the remote control. My dad's like, go turn the channel.
You're closer to my dad's age than my age. When my dad was a kid, well, when he was a teenager, so you would have been a little kid. My dad was the antenna.
Yeah, me and my brother
He
were
would,
too. Because we would have to go out, like because our antenna thing broke. The thing that used to have a box inside your house for the antenna, and you would turn it where you wanted it to go, like what direction, and the motor would move the antenna to what direction you wanted it to go in. Ours burned out, the motor. So we would have to, me and my brother, one of us would have to go out on the side of the house and actually manually turn it. And while the other one was inside screaming at the other one, like when it finally picture finally came in, and be like, okay, stop.
yeah, that my dad was the youngest, so they sent him outside to do the antenna, and they'd tell him to stay there because if he let go of it, the picture would go out. So he would just stay there watching through the window at his family watching the TV.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. That's what happens when you're the youngest of 7, I think.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dad, Brian, Lauren, Steve, Aunt Diane. Youngest of 5.
Yeah, once we got cable, that was over and done with.
Yeah.
I was like 13 when we finally got cable. Let's see,
I
number 15. Checking the payphone change return for any forgotten coins.
Oh, I still do that with soda
Oh, I do
machines
too.
all the time. Just click it just in case.
Here we go. Number 16. Not being able to binge a show unless you literally recorded a bunch of episodes from TV onto a bunch of VHS tapes.
Oh, yeah, dude. I mean, we would always, our only option to watch TV was to be at home at 8 o'clock,
Yeah.
until we got direct TV when I was like 14.
I still have a bunch of old VHS tapes that have like old episodes of Buffy and like Smallville because I used to love to watch those. It was like Wednesday night appointment watch for me, but sometimes I'd have to work. But even if I didn't work, I would still record the whole night of shows because you'd have Buffy, Angel, and Smallville. And I just have a bunch of tapes full of those episodes.
Dude, we should get together at some point and do a commentary off of the random, like, unmarked VHS tapes that I have here at my house.
Okay.
Because and what's on most of them is old cartoons of X-Men, old Spider-Man, old Batman from like the 90s, Tiny Toons, all the good shit is on there.
Awesome.
Plus the commercials too.
Yeah, that's
All the old commercials.
That's what I want to see is commercials.
Yeah, dude.
Having to say BRB to all your friends on MSN because your mom wanted to make a call and then having to disconnect from the internet and dial back up when she was done.
Oh yeah, I had dial up.
Okay, yeah. I think all of us had dial up. A lot of us, here in the South had dial up a lot longer than most people.
Right. Yeah, we had no other choice because we live out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere.
Yeah.
So it was either dial up or no internet.
I didn't get cable internet till like 2004, I think.
Yeah.
See, the difficulty of not being able to instantly find the answer to questions. Here's a big one. Because when I was a kid and you couldn't remember somebody like an actor in a movie, unless somebody else in your household remembered said actor from said movie, you were shit out of luck.
Yeah. Yeah, if you couldn't find it in an encyclopedia or a dictionary, then you're fucked.
And that's the thing. Like, if I was doing homework and I'd ask my mom and dad a question, like, "Oh, what's a rhinoceros?" They'd be like, "Go check the encyclopedia," because everybody had encyclopedias, or they would tell you to go look it up. Like, and you would have to literally go look it up in books, whatever you were trying to find.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to be like the know-it-all kid my whole life. So I didn't have that many questions. I was the one like answering questions for people.
Let's see. There used to be 9 planets in the solar system.
Oh yeah, dude. I was in school when they kicked poor Pluto's ass out of the fucking solar system.
There's
What
still
the hell,
a debate
man?
going on right now on whether or not they're actually talking about making Pluto a planet again.
We can't. It's done. We already deplanetized Pluto. Whatever. I cannot fucking talk today, dude. I am stuttering so much.
Hey, don't feel bad. Me either. Going to the arcade and playing games like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I never had the opportunity to play either of those on an actual machine. Closest I've ever gotten was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. Is that the one with Stuck in Time or whatever?
Yeah, Turtles in Time.
Yeah, they had that cabinet at Golden Gate Skate in D'Iberville.
Yeah,
So,
I talk about that often on Nerd Cave Retro, that they still had the Ninja Turtles right there, right up at the very front of the Golden Gate skate rink.
So I haven't played many actual cabinets, but yeah.
Let's see. Number 21, how great MySpace was.
I had a MySpace for a little while. I created one in high school, ironically. And I was trying to get everyone else in my high school to make a MySpace. And I was the only one who did it.
I had a MySpace for a while. It was pretty good. And then I started to learn how to code and put the pictures in there. And I thought I was a complete hacker.
Yeah.
Number 22. Here's a big one. Did you ever get to experience just Saturday morning cartoons?
Oh, dude. I would make a point to get up at 8 a.m. every morning, baby, for the Fox Box Rocks.
Nice.
And we've talked about this before. And I know that you don't know the Fox box rocks, but the Fox box did rock, baby. It had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it had Ultimate Muscle, Shaman King, Yu-Gi-Oh, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. They would show reruns of that just to complete the Fox box. Boy, did that rock. They had Kirby, Sonic X. Sonic X is a great fucking anime. And yes, it's an anime. I will not back down from that. I loved my Saturday morning cartoons. And I was like 7 years old when they took them away, when they stopped doing
Yeah.
Saturday morning cartoons.
When I was a kid back in the early 80s, that's all there was cartoons on Saturday morning. And if you slept in late, you were shit out of luck for cartoons for the whole week because they did not show cartoons any other time except for Saturday mornings until Fox network started in 86, I think. And we got a local Fox station here. And they started playing in the afternoons. They had G.I. Joe, Thundercats. What else did they show? I remember they had like Addams Family, Leave It to Beaver. And they had a couple other cartoons too, like Transformers, I think. Transformers and Silverhawks. And that was the afternoon lineup when they first started. And I was in freaking heaven because every afternoon after school, I got to come home and watch cartoons.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I remember like I would cry my eyes out if I woke up at 9 instead of 8 because 8 o'clock was when Ninja Turtles came on and kicked everything off. So like, man, I cannot miss fucking Ninja Turtles.
Dude,
I know I didn't miss Ninja Turtles.
I used to set my alarm for 6 o'clock in the morning so I could get up, catch all the cartoons because cartoons were from like 6 to 11. And at 11 o'clock was when you were... we got lucky a little bit with O.G. Readmore for a while, and he came on at 11, but then most of the time it was 11 o'clock was Wide World of Sports. And as soon as that started, it was like, well, cartoons are done. We're over with now.
Right, yeah. Time to pack it in.
Yep. So I'd wake up super early to catch all the cartoons, as many as I could. Here's one that is near and dear to my heart. Circling pictures of toys in the Sears catalog as a Christmas list.
Yeah, not Sears. I did it for Family Dollar because we were poor. I would circle pictures of toys in the Family Dollar thing they sent in the mail.
That is fucked up.
It is fucked up, but that was, hey, I didn't want for a single thing in my childhood.
So
dude.
you never got any of the like J.C. Penney catalogs or the Sears catalog, the big thick ones. They'd come in the mail in like August, and you would just be like, your hands would be shaking. You're like, it came, and then you're like flipping through and looking at all the toys. And you're like, I want this and this, and I would circle like 50 things, and I'd get maybe one.
Right. But see, luckily, most everything I circled, I got because I understood where we were at. So I would circle a bop bag, the bop bags you fill up with water or sand, and you can just you bop it, you punch it.
Yeah.
I'd get circle a bop bag. I'd get maybe not a Lego brand something, but like a knockoff Lego brand, like Star Wars, something like you can build or some shit like that.
You would get the Mega Blocks.
Yeah, not even that. Like I had like this Darth Vader. It started as a spaceship, and it was also Darth Vader. So you like undo the spaceship, and it's a Darth Vader action figure, and then you can redo it as a spaceship, like shit like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, but like I mean, I was cool with dollar store toys. There's nothing wrong with it.
Number 24, MTV played music videos, had music discussion shows, and had news about music 24 hours a day at one point.
Yeah, I know about this. I've never been able to experience it, but I will say, as much as I miss music videos being on MTV, the early reality shows that they did, kind of fucking great.
I was never a big fan of the MTV reality shows.
So I wasn't either, but then I started giving some a shot. like I eased myself into it. I started with the Ultimate Fighter, right? So a reality show about MMA fighters. Of course, I'm gonna be into that. And then
So
I got
you
into
never got to experience any of the cool '90s stuff on MTV, like the Max or the Head
uh,
or Liquid
uh,
Television, anything like that.
no.
Beavis and Butthead, like the original
Well,
run.
obviously, I know Beavis and Butthead. Yeah,
I
and
wish that,
I'm a diehard Jackass fan too. So
yeah.
like, Jackass stuff like that.
And here we go. Having no to properly time getting a drink and snack. What just
So did
happened?
you? You cut out a little bit.
Having to properly time getting a drink and snack before the ad break on TV finished.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. Yeah, commercials like you had that 2 minutes and 30 seconds or however long to go to the bathroom and then get a snack or drink. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
All right, I have something to play, and I want you to let me know if you know what this is. Here we go. Let's see.
Okay.
Come on, YouTube.
Times, starting Monday on Channel 7.
Here we go. Do you know what that sound is?
No.
Ah, dude, that was the CBS special presentation logo intro that they would do for all the special presentation stuff, especially the Christmas stuff, like Charlie Brown, like all the Christmas stuff like the holiday stuff they would do, like it's Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So when you heard that logo, like it was time to shut up, like the show was on.
Yeah, no, that definitely passed me by.
And that was like if you were in the kitchen and you were getting a drink or whatever and you heard that, like you were like hurtling furniture to get to the living room to catch everything.
Right.
You didn't want to miss anything.
Doing straight parkour over the couch.
All right, here's let me look up something else real quick. And I want to see if you understand who this is.
All right.
And I don't think we'll get takedown for this. Let's see. Here we go.
Even if we do, fuck YouTube.
Bang, bang, bang. Oh, howdy, partner. Time for timer. Do you ever get that hungry feeling after school? Boy, I do. I'm so hungry, I could eat a wagon wheel. When I'm slow on the draw and I need something to chaw, I hanker for a hunk of cheese. When my 10-gallon hat's a feeling 5 gallons flat, I got something planned, which is little cheese sandwiches. Come on! Here's a great little snack to tide you over till dinner. If you want something delicious and nutritious, cheese is a super snack. Look, a wagon wheel. When my get up and go has got up and went, I hanker for a hunk of cheese. When I'm dancing, I hold down and my boots kind of slow down, or anytime I'm weak in the knees. I hanker for a hunk of, a slab or slice and chunk of, a snacker is a winner, and yet won't spoil my dinner. I hanker for a hunk of cheese. Yahoo!
Have you ever heard that in your entire life?
No.
Wow. You never heard Time for Timer?
No, I don't know what that is.
They used to play those in between cartoons on ABC.
Okay.
And a lot of times it would be like PSAs in between the cartoons, but a lot of them and this was sort of a PSA because I don't know if you know, like back in the 80s, they had this huge push for people to eat cheese and dairy products.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole got milk thing.
Yeah, and then they did you heard of government cheese, right? The reason
yeah.
that started is because we had a surplus of cheese back in the 1980s because of some of the decisions that the Department of Agriculture made or blah blah blah. We ended up with like this huge surplus of cheese, so they made this huge push. The government made this huge push to make people eat more cheese.
And the cheese that the government made, I don't know what they put in it,
That stuff
but
is
that shit
good.
is good.
That makes some really good cheese sandwiches.
I think they're getting rid of some extra cheese and some extra crack because that shit is the best.
Yeah, I loved cheap cheese back in the day. I don't know. I can't really think of anything else off the top of my head that you wouldn't understand, like something from my childhood.
Okay. Well, lucky for you, Jason, I also pulled up an article for you.
Okay.
Now we can just go through. We won't go through all of it because there are a few things that might not apply to you, and there's 40 things on the list.
Okay.
It says 40 things you won't believe baby boomers still do.
I'm not a boomer.
And I just want to see if you still do these things, Jason.
I'm not a boomer, you jackass. I'm barely Gen X. I'm an Xennial.
well, we'll just see if you do these things, and maybe you are a baby boomer.
Okay.
So, potpourri is a staple in all of their houses. Do you have potpourri?
No.
Okay.
My mom and dad do.
Malls are retail meccas for them. Do you still go to the mall?
I go to the bookstore, but I don't really go to the mall for anything.
Yeah, I think that means like getting like your clothes from the mall, like
Dude,
spending all day at the mall.
Everything I wear comes from the thrift store. I don't think I've bought anything new in years.
Yeah, I'm still 12. Like if my mom doesn't buy it, I'm not.
Yeah. And I work at a t-shirt shop, so if I want a t-shirt, I'll just make myself one.
Right. They're easily taken in by conspiracy theories.
Oh God, my parents are, yeah.
This is definitely you, though. I feel like you're into a lot of conspiracy theories.
What? What conspiracy theories am I into?
You believe in aliens.
Here's the thing. I think there's a possibility. Numerically, there's a chance that there has to be aliens. Like there's just the universe is too big and too infinite to not have other life out there in the universe. Like just numerically, it makes no sense that we would be the only life in the universe.
Okay, yes.
Whether that life has been here to anally probe people, I don't know. I'm agnostic that way. Like, is there a God? I don't know. Are there aliens? I don't know. But if you can prove to me with evidence, like hard concrete evidence that these things exist, I will believe.
Yeah, because I was about to say, you asked my mom for that book on the Pascagoula alien sightings.
I find it fascinating. Like, I love the thought of alien abductions. I love the paranormal, but I'm not going to believe 100% until I know something concrete.
Okay.
But it's fun to think about that stuff.
24-hour news networks are the only reliable source.
I said it back in the 90s that 24-hour news networks are going to be the ruination of society.
Yeah. Crocs all the way. You wear Crocs?
No. I used to wear them when I worked in the kitchen, when they were originally meant to be kitchen footwear when I was a cook.
Yeah, Crocs make your feet stink, though, don't
My
they?
girlfriend wears them.
I can't do Crocs, man. Here's one that's definitely me. Procedural police shows are all the drama they need. I fucking love police shows. Blue Bloods is fucking great. Any of the Law and Orders,
dude,
I fucks with them.
I don't like real TV shows based off like real life stuff. Like I just don't like it.
Castle, dude.
Never saw an episode. Like I love Nathan Fillion, but I never saw an episode of that. Like I don't like procedurals. I don't like medical dramas. I don't like police dramas. I just don't watch any of that stuff.
Medical dramas I don't do, but police dramas definitely.
Like
Which is crazy because I hate police.
Like statistically, I should have seen an episode of CSI at this point because they've been
Yeah.
on for like 30 years. I've never seen a single episode of CSI. Like I have no idea what that show's about.
Me neither, but NCIS Los Angeles specifically, great fucking show, dude.
I wouldn't know. Never seen them.
This is definitely you. Knickknacks liven up their homes.
Um,
I know you got knickknacks.
well, I mean, if you talk about stuff like this, like I've got my, my little Cubert arcade here that like things
Yeah.
like this scattered around the house.
Okay, this is the rest of these are kind of weird. Dry toast versus avocado toast.
Ugh, who eats dry toast?
Yeah, this is definitely written by somebody who's just wanting to shit.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love some toast, but toast has got to have stuff on it.
Yeah. Oh, do you send emails outside of work or business?
No. Who sends emails unless it's business related?
Oh, dude, this one is so my mom. Storing away paperwork might come in handy.
Well, I keep certain paperwork. But my mom still has like she gave me something not too long ago. Something electronic from like the 90s and she still had the paperwork for it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
she
my
keeps everything. She will not throw away anything.
that's my mom, dude. She will keep like just receipts for just going grocery shopping. I'm like this. She's like, it might be good for my taxes. No, it
Yeah.
won't. It's your grocery shopping.
Yeah, that's not
TV
me.
dinners. What's your thought on TV dinners?
I love me
Yay
a
or
good
nay?
TV dinner, man. TV dinners have gotten really good the last few years. Those mega bowls from Banquet, dude, those things are the shizzle.
I do like banquet. I like just the banquet, like giant and just full of steroids fried chicken breasts that they have, just like bigger than any fried chicken breast you've ever fucking seen. That is my TV dinner.
Dude, those Banquet mega bowls are really good. Some let's see, what else do I get? I get some of the Banquet stuff every once in a while.
Bar soap is better. You use bar soap?
I use black soap, African black soap for my face, and I use loofah and body soap for my body.
Bro, you use blackface? That's so tacky.
I'm gonna get canceled because I use black soap, African black soap on my face.
Yeah. No, I use bar soap for everything. And let me tell you, I smell good. I smell good because you know I don't need any of the fruity body washes or anything like that. And here's the thing. You can't wash your dingus with a body wash. You got to just take some soap to it.
Oh well, yeah, I mean I use the African black soap for that too. I'm hoping maybe some of the African will rub off on it.
If you just tug it with some hot water for a little while.
But the reason I started using
the
the African black soap is my doctor told me to start using it because I had gotten this really bad rash on my legs a couple of years ago, and I don't know what it was from. And they took like a biopsy, and they didn't know what it was from. So he was just like, just start using African black soap and like start using like lotion and stuff. And I guess it was from a mixture of like nerves and like shingles or something. I don't know exactly what it was, but it went away after I started using the African black soap. But I just started using it like on my face and my my giblets, and I enjoy it.
Giblets. That sounds like something that sounds like a part of a chicken.
Yeah.
Chicken giblet. So you had chicken pox as a kid?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. I had chicken pox like too old.
Really?
Yeah, like I had chicken pox at the age where like my parents just gave me the oatmeal to put in the bath and were like, go do this. Like, we're not gonna bathe you.
I still have a scar like right here on the side of my head, right by my eye, from a chicken pox when I was a kid.
Yeah, chicken. I mean, it was fun. Like
I
my
don't
parents made
remember it
fun.
though. I mean, I remember having it, but I don't remember what it was like. I think I was like
Yeah.
3 or 4 when I got it.
I shit you not. I was like, I think 11 when I got chicken pox.
Really?
Yeah, dude, I got it really late, and my parents were finally just like, "This is a thing that kids get to do. This is fun." And so it was kind of fun to just take a bath in oatmeal. I guess that's something that every kid should be able to get to do once.
Yeah, I don't remember doing all that.
You don't remember your oatmeal bath?
No.
How I don't know how old fashioned your parents are, but has this ever happened to you?
My parents are practically Amish at this point. That's how old fashioned they are.
Maybe this has happened to you then. Have you ever been stung by a bee or a wasp?
Yep. And I know exactly where you're going with this.
Your dad took a pinch of snuff out of his mouth and rubbed it on it.
I had this one story. I actually brought this up to my dad not too long ago. I remember there used to be just like neighborhood mechanics when I was a kid, and we used to my dad used to take his cars to this guy named Mr. Buddy when I was a kid. And I remember we took the car there one time to have something done, and I was just a little kid, just playing, like running around, being, just doing kid stuff, waiting for the car to get done. My dad's over there talking to Mr. Buddy, and I got stung behind the ear by a wasp. And I remember Mr. Buddy walked up and took some of the snuff out of his lip and put it right behind my ear. And I was just like, that's gross.
Yeah. Yeah, that was always like a normal thing. For some reason, I don't know why my dad ever did this. I think just because his dad did it to him when he was a kid. But I was just like a kid running around, playing with my toys in my tidy whities, by the way. I wore nothing but tidy whities around the house until I was like 13 years old. Shit you not. And I wouldn't use a napkin either. I'd just wipe my hands on my tidy whities. So they were like stained.
You had stained up tidy whities.
They had like spaghetti stains on them and gravy stains. So that was gross. But I would be running around my house, and my dad would be like, "Hey, you want some worm dirt? There's a worm in here. You want to look for worms?" And like try to give me a pinch of snuff. And I'm like, it smells gross. I don't want anything to do with this. But I'm wondering, like, did he want me to like take a pinch of it and it would be gross, and then me never want to do it? Like, what's? I don't know.
That's how it used to work when we were kids. Like when you got caught doing something you weren't supposed to be doing, like smoking a cigarette, your parents would make you smoke like a pack of cigarettes so you'd never want them again. And I don't know if I ever got caught doing anything like that, but I remember like some of my friends got caught smoking cigarettes, and like their parents made them smoke like a whole pack.
Yeah, my dad had to do that, and my dad is built different. Like he's the definition of built different. Like he got caught smoking at like 8 years old, and they made him smoke the whole pack, and he was not fucking fazed by it. Like he was mad that his pack of cigarettes was gone. like he's been smoking every fucking day of his life since he was 8 years old.
Reminds me of that Norm Macdonald joke where he's like, so I got caught smoking a cigarette once with my dad or something like that. So he made me smoke a whole thing, like a whole box of cigars. And that's when I started smoking cigars pretty heavy.
Yeah. Dude, did you know that Norm Macdonald's special dropped today?
I didn't know it was today. I saw that he had recorded one.
Yeah, it's recorded in one take at a desk.
Wow.
And it's intercut with like interviews of people who knew Norm and stuff like that. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. I've been running around all day, but that's a must watch tonight. Probably as soon as we wrap, I'm gonna go watch it. Because let me tell you,
we're getting close to wrap up time here. So
yeah, we can wrap up. I was just gonna shit on Ricky Gervais real quick. Ricky Gervais's new special is dog shit. I don't know if you've seen it or not.
Mm-mm.
But it's literally just an hour of Ricky Gervais being like, everybody's too woke. Why is everybody so woke? And like not making really any good jokes about it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna start getting a whole glut of that here pretty soon.
Like it's definitely the special of like a mid-50s old rich white dude.
Yeah.
But,
I'm
yeah.
close to that.
Yeah. You're not rich though. I think that has a
Yeah.
lot to do with it.
Yeah, probably. But
yeah, that special was dog shit. I just wanted to say that.
I don't have anything to I haven't watched anything comedy related lately, so I don't have anything to talk about or shit on as far as comedy specials go.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched that. I haven't had a chance to watch Cat Williams' special yet. Um I I watched like a clip of it where he's talking about the chicken wings shortage. He's like, how's there a chicken wing shortage when every chicken has 2 wings and 2 thighs? They're lying to us. But it doesn't work like that. Like, people want more wings than thighs. Like, you only get chicken thighs in a bucket of chicken, and chicken wings are like a delicacy all across the United States.
Yeah.
So if it's all like dumb, weird political shit like that, I'm not gonna like it.
That's why I just refuse to do like political type humor. Like I just want to stay away from it because it's not gonna hold up at all.
It's not a way to be. Like I've always said that. Like if you make a political joke, you cut your audience in half instantly.
Yeah.
Like the most political joke I've written lately was a joke about the war in Ukraine, but the premise of the joke is basically everyone being like, you need to come help support Ukraine. What the fuck am I going to do about it? Our president's not doing anything. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
Do you want me to just parachute into Ukraine? Because I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
You do something.
But we're getting up to the end of the episode. Is there anything you need to throw out there before we leave for this week?
Man, so before y'all see us next week, we're gonna have Raylan Nelson on next week, by the way, of the Raylan Nelson Band. And if she sounds familiar, that's because she is Willie Nelson's granddaughter.
Nice.
So that's gonna be a very fun interview. But before that episode, I will be competing for Team Drunk and Stoned versus Drunk versus Sober at the Juke Joint in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. This Friday. So Friday, June 3rd, 2022. Tickets are still available, and you can actually go check out our new website to see that comedy show, see all of the stuff that we have coming up. I'm going to put the schedule for the entire month exclusively on our website. So if you want to see our guests for the whole month, go check it out on our website. If you want to see when we're going to record our Patreon stuff, go check it out there. If you want to see when me and Jason have stand-up shows or whatever the fuck, go check it out on our website. I know it's a little difficult to get to right now, but once we have some Patreon money come in again, we're going to get it. We're going to get that domain.
Yeah, we'll get a domain name for it. I may switch openmikers.com to that and make the Patreon something else. So we'll have to figure that out in the next week or so. And so, yeah. And I don't have anything coming up because I don't have anything booked, and I've been taking time off because I just am burnt out and need it. So I'll be back to, booking shows soon. So we'll put all that up on the website as soon as all that gets done. So is that going to be everything for this week? Is that it?
That's it, baby.
All right. Let me play our music here. If you want to get a hold of us, you can email us at openmikerspodcast@gmail.com. Openmikers.com takes you straight to the Patreon where you can give us some money every single month if you like the show. And we'll keep the lights on here at the show. And at Openmikers on Twitter and Instagram. And that's going to do it for this week. So we will see you guys next week. And that's an episode.
All right. Another one in the bag.
What, this is number what? 105?
105. Five more better.
Five more better.
Five more better blues.
Let me go ahead and do this before I forget. And if something happens to it. And thank you guys for watching on Twitch and YouTube. All you YouTube people, thank you very much. And hold on, let me write this real quick. Open Micers, episode 105. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next week.